Lineup's system works is each week or so, we each take an MLB team, and we pick a lineup of guys that happen to play there, but you wouldn't necessarily think about like their career. And I like to use my Red Sox example because actually I think that was a pretty good one. Guys like Tom Seaver. I did have Carl Everett in the lineup. It must have just gotten cut from the TikTok. But Ricky Henderson, Tony Clark. Guys that were very good in their own right, but they didn't necessarily have either the brightest part of their career or you don't remember that they were ever on the Boston Red Sox, for example. So we've done the Red Sox Yankees. A couple weeks ago, we did Phillies Pirates. And then for 2 weeks ago, or the end of June, we had the A's and Giants built. We just never got to it. So we have the A's and Giants, and then we'll spin the wheel after that and assign our next 2 teams. The goal is to have all 30 teams. Once we have all 30 teams in this sheet, we will then have a draft based off our trivia scores to have the best possible team. And again, you will have the whole of their career, not just their career when they're at that team. So there's some incentive to have really good players put into the pool.
I got correct with the greatest Red Sox of all time.
I want you to know the hardest thing for me to do for my lineup was cut A's legend as we get into the Giants here, Barry Zito. One of my favorite pitchers of all time, just because he has a great name and he was good at baseball. But
that is with everybody. These lists are good at baseball. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're arguably very good at the sport if you make it this far. So, yeah. The one kind of asterisk, if I had a 4th pitching slot, or a 5th pitching slot, rather, for my Giants lineup, Barry Zito would have made that list, which is super fitting being an A's-Giants list, right? But my list, starting pitcher, the only man that's killed a bird while pitching, Randy Johnson. Behind the plate is noted Montreal Expo and New York Met Gary Carter. At first base, again, probably the weakest spot I had when I made my picks. I picked Jeff Kent because I personally don't think about him as a Giant. I realize his only MVP came while he was a Giant, but in my head, he's always an Astro. It's him at second with Bagwell at first. So in my head, I'm like, oh, that's super weird. Jeff Kent played for the Giants. At second base, I have Cincinnati Reds legend Joe Morgan, who was a bit of a journeyman, actually. Like, I didn't realize how much he played all over the MLB, because I just think of him as a Red. At third base, I have noted former Boston Red Sox and one of the greatest names in sports, Shea Hillenbrand. Also sounds like a type of bread that you'd buy at the grocery store. At short, former Oakland Athletic, Miguel Tejada. In left field, I have Dick Wakefield, who was on the 1952 New York Giants. In center field, I have Carlos Beltran, which I didn't know he ever played for the Giants until I started doing this list. And I was shocked when I was like, oh yeah, he was a Giant. I kind of sort of remember that a little bit. In right field, I have Darryl Strawberry. At the designated hitter, I put Andrew McCutchen. Because, again, he did decide to go all over the place. Even though he is a Pirate, was a Pirate, will always be a Pirate. My 3 other pitchers I have are Keith Folk, He started his career with the Giants. Did not know that. I thought he started his career with the Red Sox. I also thought he started his career about 3 years later when he was on the Red Sox. Vita Blue and Goose Gossage will round out my bullpen. And like I said on the intro, the one pitcher that I was like, ooh, this would have been a really good one if I had that extra slot was Barry Zito. And I really was between Vita Blue and Barry Zito because they're just both really good names for this sort of thing. So Barry Zito will be ineligible in that final draft, and that does hurt me a little bit, but that's what we have to do.
Fair enough.
Just need to... Is there anyone I missed that you'd be like, that's strange that you didn't include him?
I mean, you know what I missed.
Like I said, the only person I think you might have missed, if you ask me, is Ty Cobb, who from my list, my like kind of all-time like strange list from a few weeks ago. I had Ty Cobb on there. So, was there anyone else on my strange list that I picked as an athletic? Yeah, just Ty Cobb, who I had at the DH. But I had Gary Carter at my. By the way, Miguel Tejada has made the list twice as a Padre. Joe Morgan's also made the list twice. I really reused it, and then I reused Gary Carter and Keith Folk.
I think
for this team specifically. Because it still blows my mind that they played there. Dads.
You'll have the father figure.
To be fair, I think looking at, like, I use our obscure lists. Not super obscure, but because, like, I see you have Doug Mirabelli there. I have two, definitely solid catcher choices for the Padres because I have Mirabelli, who was solid in his own right, and then Mike Piazza. I kind of always forget that he played there as well. So, and then I can use Miguel Tejada again next week because why not? Because he was also a Padre. There's definitely going to be a couple guys that will be like, oh, this is going to be. Well, it'll be a few weeks because you're going on your vacation. I had mine. Now you'll have yours.
It'll be one vacation.
Well, it's fine because you know what? That gives us longer to cook up better obscure lineups.
I might be back in that trip.
Yeah, I mean, if it's next week, great. If it's not next week, great. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you cook up for the Diamondbacks. I think there's a lot of really good options for the Diamondbacks. And like I said, we'll find their cards and we'll post them in the link. We might try to go and find every single one and post a link to a card of theirs just to make it easier. And we'll make a master list that has everyone on it. Obviously, I'm just deleting them out real quick.
Are you ready, Mr. Krabs?
Yes, I'm filling it now, Mr. Krabs.
Okay, for the obscure A's, starting pitcher John Lester, catcher Jonah Heim, first base Frank Thomas, second baseman Willie Randolph, third baseman, the best Red Sox since Jackie Bradley Jr., or before Jackie Bradley Jr., Mark Bellhorn,
So
starting
that,
shortstop,
hold up.
no more.
Hold up. Before you continue. I wanted to ask this before, but I didn't process it. So you're saying that Jackie Bradley Jr. is the best Red Sox since Mark Bellhorn?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I just
Just
want
not get it twisted.
I just want to make sure that that's out in the internet world.
I need you to put that in the specific group chat at some point. I
Alright.
need this confirmed by a source.
I will be doing it as you continue your stuff.
The shortstop, a notable Red Sox named Nomar Garcia Parra. In left field is Hideki Matsui. Center fielder, Carlos Gonzalez. Right fielder, Moneyball GM, Billy Bean. DH, Adam Dunn. And my bullpen is Lenny DiNardo, Hideki Okajima, and Octavio Dotel.
Which, by the way, super solid lineup. Like I said prior, the biggest weird occurrence was the missing of Mr. Ty Cobb. So, I think I had first choice last time. So you will have first choice of Diamondbacks, Padres will be our next set, Alex, and you will get first choice. I'm just gonna make the sheets real quick. Because I can reorder them, so. So, which one would you like? Would you like the Diamondbacks or the Padres?
I'll go with the D-backs.
You're going to take D-backs? So I'll have the